Breaking news, the Epstein Files was released. Let's take a look.
Free Epstein Files today. This comes after a Republican push for transparency. Griff Jenkins joins us live from Washington with the details. So who's on the list, Griff?
Boy, Lawrence, that is the question. Good morning. And there's no timeline, Lawrence, for when this bombshell may drop today. But if Pam Bondi's teaser to Jesse last night is any indication, we could get some shocking revelations.
200 victims, 200. So we have, well over 250 actually. So we have to make sure that their identity is protected and their personal information. What you're going to see hopefully tomorrow is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information, but it's pretty sick what that man did.
Recall this all started after President Trump first told our own Rachel Campos Duffy that he was open to releasing some information.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you,
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
Then last month, President Trump signing an executive order calling on agencies to release secret documents. Well, now Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna says she just heard from the DOJ in posting the letter sent from them to X, which reads in part, "The integrity of criminal investigations and prosecutions is essential to every component of the department's mission to uphold the rule of law, keep our nation safe, and protect civil rights." What's unclear at this point is how this might affect Epstein's co-defendant, Ghislaine Maxwell, who's currently serving 20 years for her role in covering for Epstein. Steve?
Welcome to the world of international trade and global cooperation, where countries come together to address pressing issues and promote economic growth. The G20 working group meetings are tackling pressing issues like inclusive growth, youth employment, and climate change. One key focus area is the steel industry, which is facing significant challenges. South Africa's steel industry, in particular, is struggling due to tariffs imposed by other countries. A 25% import tax on steel imports is making it difficult for South African steel producers to compete in the global market. But what if South Africa were to impose a reciprocal tariff, or export duty, on steel exports to the country imposing the import tax? This approach could help level the playing field and protect South Africa's steel industry. Let's take a look at a simplified example. If a ton of steel is imported from another country with a value of R10,000, the total cost with a 25% import tax would be R12,500. On the other hand, if the same ton of steel is exported from South Africa with a value of R10,000, the total revenue generated with a 25% export duty would be R2,500. In this example, the export duty could help offset the import tax. But what if the USA imposes a 25% import tax on steel, and South Africa increases the steel price by 25%? In this scenario, the USA buyer would pay 25% import tax on the new price of $130, which is $32.50. The total cost for the USA buyer would become $162.50. Despite the 25% import tax, South Africa would still gain an additional 5% on the original price. However, this move also carries risks, such as reduced demand, competitive disadvantage, trade tensions, and domestic market impact. So, what can South Africa do to maintain its competitiveness in the U.S. market? One possible response is to increase the price of steel exports to the U.S. by 25%. This would help offset the impact of the U.S. tariff, ensuring that South African steel exporters don't lose revenue due to the tariff. But here's the thing. If South Africa decides not to supply steel to the U.S. would need to find alternative sources of steel. This could lead to shortages, increased costs, and supply chain disruptions in the U.S. The U.S. would need to find new suppliers, which could take time and increase costs. In the meantime, South Africa could potentially benefit from increased demand and prices for its steel exports. In the world of international trade, countries are interconnected, and decisions have far-reaching consequences. So, what do you think? Should South Africa keep its steel and not supply it to the US? Should they negotiate? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks for watching. And, in other news, the crypto market is experiencing a significant downturn, with major assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana suffering substantial losses. The market has lost around $150 billion in value, with Bitcoin dropping below $90,000, marking a 3-month low. Several factors are contributing to this crash, including the Bybit hack, which resulted in a massive. Thanks for watching. Like and please subscribe, much appreciated.